Hi everyone, I'm Megtild. I'm from Jamberoo Abbey, and as you can see I'm in holiday mode and holiday gear in my gardening space. What I'd like to do today is show you what I do to create soil and how I like to spend my space and my time close to the earth, and why I do it. This time of the year is autumn time, and I guess it's a very unique autumn for all of us right across the world, on the southern hemisphere anyhow, because of the pandemic at the moment. And there's so much about autumn that the earth can teach us. It has lessons for us about how to deal at this time with the pandemic and what is being called isolation, but in so many ways is basically solitude. That's not ignoring the fact that the hardship, but you know, maybe it's calling for us to be a different way of life and a different way of being within ourselves and around ourselves and with our earth. Autumn, as you know, is that time when leaves fall to the ground, and you can see in this beautiful tree here, and what that just tells us about how important it is for us to let go. And you know, that this time of pandemic, there's just so much of what is normal and usual for us that we just have to let go of and to trust. And there's such beauty in what the earth has to teach us about doing that. And it's, if you're out and about and you're in the experiencing closeness to the earth, you know, you can't forget that letting go and dying is just as natural as being conceived and being born and growing, and it's just a cycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm preparing today a soil. I guess you could call it a potting mix because of the way I'm going to do it today, but it's a soil that will be the bedding of new life, and that's the cycle. That is the cycle, and the trusting is the planting of seed into that new soil, that new earth, and that's what this time is asking of us. It's asking us to plant new seed into our dark time, our dark earth, because as we move into winter, winter is a dark earth time. And for so many people, this pandemic time is a dark earth time. I'd like to show you where I'm sitting at the moment. It's in front of Mother Mary's cell and her area, her private area. But what we have here is a garden that the soil that you can see growing here, we only put here at 3 weeks ago, actually, 3 to 4 weeks ago, and already growing in this soil out of these raw materials are these beautiful plants. So if you have a look here, you can see how much growing is actually happening, and it's quite extraordinary because it's out of just basic raw materials. So we'll have a look at that. But because of the matter that we've planted this into, the organic matter that we've planted this into, these beds are going to sink. So when it comes to preparing this, and these are fully grown, and preparing it and getting it ready, so that there's a readiness and a mix, an organic mix ready, we're going to bag it up as if we're making our own compost potting mix. So I'm going to show you what we've got here. These are autumn things. First of all, what I've got here is, if you've ever been to our beautiful abbey, or if you have a look at our webpage, you'll see that we have these magnificent trees growing on our front entranceway. And I love the smell of this as I go up and down with the little ride-on catcher mower, collecting these on the roadway. Hello, little fella. How are you going there? You want to be on the video too? This is Charlie. Isn't he gorgeous? Anyhow, so into this is just nothing more than the leaves from the driveway. So an autumn gift. Then here is the grass clippings, which is your green matter. So we've got our dry matter and our green matter. And what's an addition to this that you can't see is that I have many comfrey plants, and what I do is I pick the leaves and I use it because it's a wonderful activator of compost, and it is an incredible plant. It's got like a taproot and it's a big bushy thing. It can take over if you're not picking it, but it digs its roots deep down into the earth and it draws up the minerals and elements that are necessary for a beautiful healthy soil. So what I do is I throw all the leaves onto the ground and I run over it with the grass and the comfrey becoming all mulched up. So that's a very good start. And you know, once we put this in a bag, now I'm going to use a black bag. It's not that I'm not conscious of the fact that I'm using plastic, but here at the Abbey we do red cycle, so anytime we end up with a soft plastic we can scrunch it all up and put it in our red cycle and recycle it. So I don't feel so bad about using these black plastic bags. But the beauty of the black is that once we put all this matter in here and we've got a bag and we seal it and we put it in the sun gifts us as part of that process. So let's have a look at that. Now the other thing that is a very autumn thing is that, obviously more than autumn, what I have here is, it's perch pool. It's inside the little house that my chickens sleep every night, and it's their droppings. And of course, one of the things that chickens do is they drop their feathers, they molt in autumn time so that the new it can come through. It makes way for the new, beautiful new feathers and beautiful new healthy chickens. And while they're molting, they're resting. So there's no eggs, or very few eggs in molting time. And that's the natural cycle. So we can't be expecting things all the time, as our world tells us we can have supply and demand. But at the moment we don't have that working for us in the pandemic. But in nature, there's not always supply and demand working together. So these feathers will become part of this and will break down naturally in the soil. So we're mixing this up. Mixture of dry, fertiliser and heat producing, as well as the minerals. Now I'm going to add an extra thing to this. This here is something that Mother Mary has made out of her worm farm. So this is the castings of her worm farm, and we're just going to add a little tiny bit to it. But this here in the bag will actually look like this when the time is over. And we have to be patient. We have to wait for the processes of nature. But by the time these beds are ready to be harvested, this will be ready to top these beds up, giving it a totally new thing. So okay, let's get this into the bag. The smell of this is amazing, and it's coming from the chopped up autumn leaves. And this is a lazy person. I have a rest when I'm on the tractor mowing all this stuff up. And I really enjoy it. As you can see, as the camera moves around, we have a very beautiful place. And we're blessed to be able to respond to the crisis on our earth with our sun panels, and you know, that was fortunate for that to have happened before these hard times have hit all of us across the country. But you know, it's our way of responding to the cry of our earth at this time. And I guess recycling all this matter and making our own soil without expecting us to get out there and have to buy things, we can do it ourselves. And if you look around, you'll find dry matter and green hot matter and a little bird. It's all there around you. You just need to look and be patient. So I pray for you over this winter, because it will be a hard winter for all of us. But it can be a gift. So God bless, and have a go at this. We'll let you know in a few months' time how this is going, but you can see already that without even processing this, that's what's in those gardens with a little bit of soil. So all the best now. Thank you.